Mieruko-chan in a nutshell. The anime starts as Mieruko-chan and her little brother watch a scary TV show and she's chatting with her friend. The anime opening starts. After it, she suddenly wakes up at 7 a.m. Her family sends her to the front door and she goes to high school. When she's there, she suddenly gets absorbed by her friend, Hana-chan. Stop! What are you doing? Stop watching her huge melon. I don't know, but for some reason she has the red thing in her hair, so she looks like Darkness from Konosuba, I think. They start chatting about some kind of a rabbit when some random girl says, "Out of the way." They back off and she just passes away? Like, what the hell? Then they finish class and decide to eat as we understand that Hana-chan is a bottomless pit and she loves to eat, like really. They finish school and at the way back home they decide to shop for underwear next week. They have a goodbye and Hana-chan crosses the street Naruto style. And oh no, Mieruko-chan realizes that her rabbit talisman is gone and decides to go back to school to get it. She gets her talisman, then she goes to her bus stop. As it's raining, she chats with Hana and, well, picture of herself is presenting until it's just basic spam. Until we can see a clear picture of a spirit or a monster. She is terrified and drops her phone. And when she picks it up, everything is alright. And oh no, there is a ghost right in front of her. And it asks her, "Can you see me?" Well, she does the exact opposite and nothing happens. Nice! She goes back, brushes her teeth, and goes to sleep, only to see that under her blanket there is another one, saying, "Well, time to ignore it again." And like, what? Is Mieruko his mother? Next day the process is repeated. She goes to school only to find out that she can totally see the monsters. Episode 2 begins in the closet room and it's yummy time. Two other girls speaks about a severe head in a scary TV show and Hana hears that and she's so scared that she asks Mieruko-chan to open her locker. So she does it only to find out that there is a ghost and Hana asks Mieruko to get her phone. And well, unpredictable, she can't reach it. Like, how she even put the phone in the first place. Mieruko-chan takes it and they leave. It's almost time class to begin and Hana tells Mieruko-chan that she thinks she forgot her underwear in the locker. Like, bruh, how stupid she can be. And oh shit, a ghost is occupying Hana's body like it's his. Because of that, Mieruko-chan tells her to go to the nurse office so the ghost can leave her alone. Mieruko thinks that if she sprays the ghost with a disinfectant, it will disappear. Well, didn't work. The nurse comes and the ghost occupies the nurse's body. Well, I think the monster likes melons? To the road back home, they see a cat and decides to pick it up. Two people come to adopt the cat, but Mieruko doesn't want to give the cat to the person with the red hair, cause he has a bad aura. So she gives it to the bald guy who has two angel cats on his shoulders. And yet, Hana can't see those things.
Bruh.
Same start as before. Mieruko wakes up, prepares, leaves, and takes the bus. In the bus, a woman is sitting in front of her, and unsurprisingly, the woman is actually a monster. She ignores her as she chats with Hana. After that, they sit on a bench to eat, where they have a pretty awkward conversation. Then they go to a spirit shop, which from you can buy protection and magic to exorcise the spirits. The woman at the shop, as you can tell, is a scammer, but tries to help the girls with everything she can. Mieruko-chan wears a different type of bracelet, and all of them breaks. I would say negative elixir trade. This time her brother wakes her up because he heard her saying "stop it" in her dreams. Next day, nothing really happens except the conversation between her little brother and his friends at school. He talks how his sister is acting weird, and every night in her sleep she says "stop it" or "yamete," and they all think she just has a boyfriend. Then in the night she decides to take a bath, and she's naked, and for her surprise there is a spirit in the bath. Her little brother decides to join too, cause I don't know, yes? And that face, man, he's like ready to do something with her. And in the end there was one scene where, well, I think her father died because she gives a pudding for his memorial and he stands behind her with some gold aura. Huh? Another Hamon user? JoJo reference or something? Next episode starts by introducing Yulia. The small girl can see spirits just like Mieruko-chan. She has her little backstory, then she sees the magic in front of her eyes. Mieruko-chan does some high intelligent tactics to avoid the ghost in front of Hana. And now Yulia thinks that Mieruko possesses the same powers. Then they play volleyball in class. I wonder from which anime I have seen this. Then Yulia traps Mieruko in a dark room where she explains how the ghosts are being attracted and her suspicion about Mieruko having the same powers as her. In the end, we see Mieruko-chan seeing a picture of Hana with the description, "too sexy." Well, I don't know.
Biscoito.
On the next day, Hana and Mieruko-chan decides to visit the Mr. D. That's actually a shrine, I think. A shrine. I don't know how is it pronounced. And before the journey begins, we get the chance to see what Hana is eating for a living. Then she goes to find this kid's dog in an abandoned building. She gets followed by a huge spirit, but it can do nothing to her because of her strong Hamon breeding / sun breeding. She finds the dog and quickly rescues it. When Mieruko-chan and Hana-chan meet up, they go to the shrine, and there we'll be able to see the best exercise scene. They throw money in a box for a prey, I don't know. For wishes to become true, Mieruko-chan wishes the big bad spirit to disappear, and well, two golden figures appear. which I think have Hamon and invisibility too. But the ghost is too strong and defeats them. Mieruko loses hope, but but a big golden one appears which quickly defeats the phantom. Hana in the meantime talks nonsense, well, because she can see them. And in the end, the big golden thing tells Mieruko-chan 3 times and disappears. Hana, Mieruko, and Yulia decides to go in an abandoned tunnel, but Yulia secretly wants to test the powers Mieruko possessed. When they're in the tunnel, the girls see like 20 spirits because Mieruko is stronger than Yulia. And yeah, the big ghost in the barrel notices that they can see him and it tries to kill the girls, but the angels show up and exorcise him as they say only 2 left and disappear again. On the trip back, they take a picture together and Yulia finally realizes that she has friends. So people, before I do the next episode, I want to ask you if you have like any recommendations. Leave them in the comments or in my Discord group, because it's my first time doing this type of videos and I really enjoy making this type of videos. So yeah, I'll be pretty thankful. She and her brother are going back home with a train, and there Mieruko almost shits her pants because of the Jason-looking monster. Next day, the nurse reveals that she will have a baby, so she will leave. And after school, Mieruko goes to buy a drink from the same vending machine as before, and there she sees a very ugly monster which just says cold or warm. I think it just wants a drink. The next day in school, Mieruko sensei took a break because of her child, and for Mieruko's unluck, the teacher who is going to replace her is the same guy with the red hair and the bad aura with cats all around him. His name is Zentono. I don't know what kind of a name is that. Later we see that a huge spirit is surrounding Zentono, and that's his mom. Mieruko locks herself in the toilet room because she's scared, only to find out that in the toilet there is another one. She pretends that she is searching for toilet paper, and in one of the toilets we see Yulia eating. Like, who does that? After class, they decide to go in a house of the horrors, and if they complete it, they get 23 donuts, and you already know that Hana will eat them all. They safely win them, and Mieruko is finally smiling because she knows that these ones are real. The next day starts with the new teacher getting food from his neighbor, and man, he lives in a dark place. I don't know what is he doing, but is he bad or something? His hand is bleeding, but he says that he just broke a glass. He leaves home and goes to school. Then we see a scene where Mieruko and Hana are running, and we see a monster running too. Is it Dream from Minecraft? A speedrunner? After class, in the park, they talk about kids being cute, but Mieruko does a mistake. She waves at the kid, and you know where this is going, but the kid is actually a monster, and it knows that she saw him. It proceeds to attack her, but it stops, once again, by the 2 golden small figures. Another epic battle goes on. The monster head gets destroyed, and the angels raises their 2 fingers and disappears. Mieruko-chan does some high math and realizes that the good guys will help her one more time, and they're gone. Starts with the backstory of Zen Tono, and from what I can tell, his mother was very strict and she only cared about having good grades at school. And later we see that he has a secret pet, and when his mom finds out, she kills it. What a fucking bitch. After school, Mieruko proceeds on a stealth mission to follow the teacher because his bad aura is affecting Hana's Hamon breathing, aka she's golden aura. For some reason, I think this guy is a psychopath, but yeah. He tries to I don't know, like grab a cat or something, but he's stopped by Mieruko. She takes the cat and runs as far away as possible. Well, she falls over and the cat tries to cross the street when a car suddenly appears and the teacher jumps in front of the car to save the cat. Well, I think he is in coma now, or he is badly injured, whatever. Oh wow, he is okay, I think. The doctor comes in to the room and he reveals that he's Zen's friend and that Zen loves cats more than people. Mieruko and the doctor goes to the deck to chat for a little bit, and the doctor says that his mother was very strict and she has always saying, don't look at him, stay away from him. And while these are the same phrases the monster was using, so Mieruko-chan thinks that the huge spirit is his mom following him, and the cats near him are the dead animals he tried to save. Another epic fight goes on. Mieruko screams at the monster and it tries to kill her, but she's saved by the angels once more time. It's her last time and now she can be protected. The angels perform some high-tech Jujutsu Kaisen technique. And yeah. As in the last episode, nothing cool really happens. Hana Yunia-chan comes in the teacher hospital room, relieved that no one is injured badly. After his mom is now gone, he gets this golden aura like Hana-chan, and those cats are not following him now. Then we got another scene where Zen finally finds the man who is abusing animals, because he was actually thinking that if he gets every cat, the abuser will stop, and Zen gets him arrested. In the night, Mieruko has a bad dream where she gets ambushed by like 10 monsters, but this time the Masters of Hamon are not there to help her. Final scene of the anime is just them walking home, eating food, and the angels watching from behind. Guys, the last thing I want to say, well, if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments, and you can join in my Discord group because there we can talk together and do stuff. So yeah.